I'm still really a beginner in these. I've only played a couple characters, and I'm not, the fastest at these. I've planned ahead a little bit, so this video doesn't go way too long. But still, so if we were to follow the step-by-step way of building characters from the Player's Handbook, this is the 2014 edition. I don't have the 2024, I haven't seen it. I've only played with this edition, so I don't know what difference there are, but I know they've changed stuff. We would start by choosing a race and a class. Normally you kind of choose what you want to play. I'm guessing for many people you would probably choose a class first. For me, the race is not that important. I prefer focusing on what I'm going to be doing. But, so in this case, I've decided I'm going to be creating a halfling, and the halfling is going to be a bard. So we're going to go first to choose the race. I got another pen here. I'm going to use it to mark this. Kind of like a quick improvised. So let's see. We have double boards, humans, halflings. We have a few different things here about different races. Let me see. Sometimes, no, there's nothing. Okay. So we're gonna go quickly through this, but my halfling is going to be called Perrin. And I'm going to I'm basically choosing from here, from some of the suggested names. And I've chosen Perrin because I'm reading The Wheel of Time. I'm at the 5th book now. Yeah, it's one of my favourite characters, although it doesn't have anything to do with, but it came here suggested. So it was the one that called to me, and his last name is going to be Goodbarrel. Okay. Halfling. Now, halflings are of a small size. Normally between an average halfling is about 3 feet tall and weighs about 40 pounds. So here on size we choose small. There are a few traits, so it's gonna give me an ability score increase of dexterity conditions. Then we have lucky. Lucky means that you roll a d20. If you roll a d20 for an attack roll or a skill check or something like that, and you get a 1, nice, you can roll again and take the second one. In this case it would be a 12 now. Okay, so I'm gonna write it down. Species traits. Then got brave. Brave is a trait that means that you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. So if someone tries to frighten you, like use fear, normally you would roll the dice and whatever the score, I could do here, but you could probably say it better if I don't decide. The score you get here would depend on whatever DC they have. But let's say you have to beat 13 and you roll, and normally you will roll 1 dice. If you have advantage, you roll 2, and then you keep the highest one. So in this case, 1 would have failed, but the other one gives you an 18, so you succeed. And then we have halfling nimbleness. Halfling nimbleness means that you can move through the space that any other creature a size larger than yours. So if someone is blocking a door and they are human or one size or more larger than yours, it's human or an elf, whatever, something bigger, you can move through them. You could imagine as you going, I don't know, through their legs or something like that. We've got languages, not that important for these at the moment, but they speak common and halfling. And then we have the sub-races. In this case, I'm choosing Lightfoot. It's either Lightfoot or Stout. The Stout are basically like more sturdy guys, but in this case I'm going to choose Lightfoot, which is a good option if you want a rogue, I guess. Being a Lightfoot halfling gives you +1 to charisma, and then it gives you naturally stealthy is a trait that says here you can attempt to hide even when you are obscured by only a creature that is at least 1 size larger than you. So normally to hide you will need to be behind, I don't know, something that covers you. In this case, it's enough least try to hide. So that's for the race. Let's go to the bard. So bards are sort of like a support class. In some cases, I've never actually played a bard. I've had it when I've played in Baldur's Gate. I've had it as a subclass, as a multi-class to get like some extra stuff, but never actually play it like full bard. But you can inspire your allies or anyone you want, so it's easy for them to like succeed in things. You can cast magic and use some weapons. You can, I don't know, there are different things that you can do. Let's see, in this case we're gonna follow. Oh, I know. Before doing this, I'm going to go through the ability scores. So, there are three. Okay, fine. I'll take it off later. We've got 3 and 4. There are different ways to choose your ability scores and stuff. So I'm going to use my dice for that. One of the ways that the book suggests you do it is by throwing 4d6s 6 times. So we have 5, 6, 3, and 6. Let's go. And I'm gonna order it from biggest to smallest. So 6, 6, 5, 3, 6, 4, 3, 1. Six, 3, 1, 1. 4, 3, 1, 1. 6, 6, 5, 1. And finally 6, 5, 5, 1. 6, 5, 5, 1. Okay. So, in this case, we've got 6, and we take off the smallest one. That means we have 6 plus 6, 12 plus 5, 17. Wow. 6, 10, 13. 6, 9, 10. 4, 7, 8. 6, 12, 17 again. 6, 5, 5, that is 16. Oh my god, these are quite high. I've never gotten such good rolls on these. So this is how it goes. These are the ability scores. So now we choose what we want them for. For a bard, the most important stuff is charisma and dexterity. And then after that, I would say constitution, because that's your health, and then anything else. So we are going to go with 17 plus 2 from the bonus that we had. So that means 19 dexterity. Then 17 plus 1. That means 18. And then constitution is going to be 16. Now we have left 13, 10 and 8. So I'm going to do 13 wisdom, 10 intelligence, 8 strength. Now this means that we have from 8 to 9 points. That means it's minus 1 the strength bonus. Dexterity 19. That means it's plus 4. Constitution is plus 2. Intelligence is 0. Well, plus 0. Wisdom is 13, so that's plus 1. And charisma is also plus 4. That's great. Right. So, if we come back here, we have a proficiency bonus of plus 2. Then I use a D8. A D8 per level as hit dice, and then my hit points are 8 plus my constitution bonus, which is plus 2. So I have 10 hit points or health points or whatever you want to call them. Right, then proficiencies. I am proficient with light armor, and I have proficiency with simple weapons. With hand crossbows. Long swords. Rapiers. And short swords. And then I have proficiency with a few tools. 3 musical stats of my choice. So I'm gonna choose lute, flute, and harp. Right. And then my starting equipment is going to be rapier, a longsword, or any simple weapon. So I'm going to get a rapier. Then I can choose between a diplomat's pack and an entertainer's pack, and I choose the entertainer's pack. There are tables and lists of what everything contains and that sort of stuff. Then I can choose a lute or any other musical instrument and get in the lute. And then add leather armor. And a dagger. I have 2 cantrips, and I know 4 level 1 spells, and I have 2 level 1 spell slots. Then my spellcasting modifier is 8 plus proficiency bonus plus charisma modifier. So it means it's 8 plus 2 plus 4. So 14. Spell attack. Sorry, that was my spell save DC. That's 14. Not the spell casting modifier. And then the spell bonus attack is proficiency bonus and charisma modifier. So that means it's 2 plus 4, that's 6. I'm not sure what the spellcasting modifier is. I'll have to find it because I don't remember. Whatever. So I'm also going to choose. What is the other pen? I'm going to choose a background. I went too far. The backgrounds gives you backgrounds. Basically, it lets you have an idea of who your character is. You can sort of choose some options, or you can make things up. But depending on what you choose, there are things. I'm going to choose entertainer. So entertainer gives me skill proficiency in acrobatics and performance. gives me 2 proficiency in disguise kit. And one type of musical instrument. I'm gonna go with the drums because I have flute, harp, and drums now. And then it gives me 1 more instrument of my choice, which is going to be a flute. And it gives me the favour of an admirer, which can be a love letter, a lock of hair, or a trinket. I'm going to choose a love letter. And a costume. And a pouch containing 15 gold. Putting it down here because I don't know how much I get from other stuff. I also get entertaining routines, which you choose with a D10. So that is Tumbler, Actor, and Jester. Then I have a feature called By Popular Demand. I'll write it down here. That means that I can always find a place where I can perform, and that will normally be like an inn or something like that, which means that every night that I spend there performing could be my payment. So me and my party could stay there for free in exchange for me performing. And also I become famous in the town or whatever, and people will be more inclined to help me or have a better opinion with me. So maybe I would get better roles on persuasion or that sort of stuff. I don't know. There's another type of entertainer, which is the gladiator. So this would work for someone like a barbarian. So you could do the same, but instead of playing music or acting or whatever, you would fight to entertain people in an arena or something. Right, so being an entertainer, which I'll write down here. Level 1 gave me acrobatics and performance. So I have to choose another 3 proficiencies, and also bards have charisma, and this is dexterity saving throws. So now I will choose 3 more proficiencies. In my case, 1 is going to be persuasion, another is going to be sleight 4. So for example here, if I have to roll athletics, that is a 9, but I have a -1 on strength modifier, so it would be an 8 for athletics. So it's -1 on athletics. But for example, if I throw here, it's a 1, whatever. So it's a 1. I would get for stealth, I would get +4. But for acrobatics and sleight of hand, because I have proficiency, I get +2. So that means I have a 6, 6, and 4. In the case of intelligence, I don't have any proficiency here, so all of these get like +0. So whatever I roll is the roll. Wisdom, I have 1, 1, 1, 1, but perception would get +2, so that is 3. And then for charisma, it would be the same as 4, 4, and performance and persuasion get +2, so that is 6 and 6. What do I have left? So, initiative. Initiative, I think it's basically just my dexterity bonus. So that'd be +4. So initiative is whenever you are going to start a combat. You will have to roll for initiative to decide when do you start and when your turn is. So you got 14 +4, that's 18. So any other people who got more than 18 will go before me, and anyone who got less than 18 will go after me. And I just need my armor class. So for these, I have a leather armor. So we're going to go here. Light armor is padded leather or studded leather. In my case, I have leather armor, which is 11 plus dexterity modifier. That means I have a 15 armor class because it's 11 +4. I think. Yes. What else is there? So, weapons. So I am proficient with simple weapons. Simple weapons are things that don't really require any training to use, like clubs, dagger, maces, quarterstaff, spear. These things that anyone can use without training. Maybe you're not the best, but you don't need to get training to actually just like stab someone with a spear. While like other things like I don't know, a morning star, martial weapons, that means that you need some training to use it. Like if you were to use that, you could knock yourself out with the morning star because the ball will just like hit you in the face if you don't know how to hold it properly. I guess that's like the best way I can think of the explanation. So the weapons I have are a rapier and a dagger. So rapier, dagger. A rapier's damage is where is the rapier? Here is 1d8 piercing damage. It is a finesse weapon. I am not sure what finesse means. Finesse. When making an attack with a finesse weapon, you use your choice of your strength or dexterity modifier for the attack and damage rolls. Okay, so if I had a really high strength and a low dexterity, I could choose use strength instead, for example. Okay, and then a dagger is a simple weapon and is 1d4 of piercing damage, and it is also finesse. It's a light weapon and can be thrown. A light weapon is small and easy to handle, making it ideal for use when fighting with two weapons. Okay, there's other roles for two weapon. Great. So that's my damage. And then the attack bonus, DC, I think, is my dexterity plus proficiency, so that would be a 6 on this. So if I roll for attack, it would be 10 plus 6, 17. And then after that, in the case of the rapier, I attack and I get a 6 plus 6, and it would be doing 12 damage. I just have to choose my magic. So I can choose 2 cantrips. The cantrips for the bard are Blade Ward, Dancing Light, Friends, Light, Mage Hand, Mending, Message, Minor Illusion, Prestidigitation, True Strike, and Vicious Mockery. Well, the first one's going to be Vicious Mockery. Basically, you attack enemies and hurt them by insulting them. And the second one, not really sure which one to use, but I've got an attack one. Let's go with something more. Let's go with prestidigitation. Which, from what I know, is good to like clean stuff or like do some that sort of stuff. Let's see. This spell is a minor magical trick that novice spellcaster use for practice? You create one of the following magical effects. You create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as shower of spark, a puff of wind, faint musical notes on an odor. You instantaneously light or snuff a candle. Yeah, great, because this will help me in my acting and stuff. I can suddenly be playing and struck out and make the magic create some light when I'm playing or whatever. That's nice. It's got some other uses, but yeah. So for my first level spells, I'm going to go with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Which incapacitates an enemy by making him laugh. Which I feel like it fits, but really well. Then we have Charm Person. I'm going to get. I never really understand the difference between healing word and awareness. Healing word is so cure wounds is touch and high healing, but healing word is you just need to see, and it's less healing. I'm gonna go with cure wounds. And finally, I will take heroism. And I think that is going to be everything. There are other things, such as backstory, personality, appearance, but this video is quite long already. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, that's basically how you make a character. There are faster ways to do it. You could just use an app or something that would help you. But, you know, for an ASMR video, I think pen and paper and some nice rolling. Well, explaining what I'm doing is better than just going through an app, right?